again. No, we'll just go for a walk this time. Morag and I, you can probably see her in the picture. I've had to reposition my camera a wee bit. There she are. Anyway, where are we going? We're going to go out through Wigtown and to the bottom end of Wigtown to a walk that's called the Martyrs Stake. This was an incident that happened in the late 1600s. Politics, religion, stupidity, people poking their nose into other people's way of life. Just a bad time. Anyway, we're going to have a nice walk because it's a nice brisk morning. We'll have a wee good walk. Now, I'll bring you back with the camera on as we go through Wigtown, just to let you see where this place is. Because I didn't know where it was, and as you know, I've lived here for years. Anyway, we're going to have a nice walk. I'll see you later. This is us coming into the main street in Wigtown. We go along the main street, past the cross, and the garden, the coffee garden. And then down past the church. It's there. Oh, a nice wee hill. I know it's down here somewhere. Is this a signpost? And here we are. And we'll just get turned. It looks like this is a very popular dog walk. So we'll just follow it along and let Morag have her run. She's mooching around. Oh, it's about -2 degrees. Nice and crisp. It's a fine morning. This is basically an old railway. It's a walkway. We'll do a bit of it, not all of it, and then we'll come back and then we'll go out to the stake itself. Now, here is a sign telling you all about what happened here. We'll come back to that later. Right, Morag, you can go out there later. We'll take you a wee wander along this railway. Oh, what have we here? Oh, dog waste bags. Nice one. We have our own. This looks like a nice wee meander. Yeah, not much to see at this bit, but you can just stroll along and it's on the flat. Now, I believe it goes, in fact I know that it goes right to along to where the harbour is, and you can go even further. Ah, wait a now, you can go even further to where you meet a fence that you can't climb. Aye, but you can get back up into Wigtown and back down here if you want to do a round trip. We'll just have a wee wander along here. Right, Morag, come on, out in front. That's it. We'll have a couple of places that you can sit. Yeah, that's quite handy, that. More memorials. Morag running along. Another nice spot to sit. Looking out over there. Something being done down there, I don't know what it was. That ground you see in front of us, it wasn't always there. If you go back into the early 1800s, that was all sea. And that's all silted up since then. The harbour for... Right, come here! The harbour for Wigtown was along there. So everything's... They claim the river Bladnoch and other rivers dumped all the silt, and as a result what was water is now, well, it's not land, I wouldn't walk on it, but it's there. How times change. Oh, this'll do me. Oh. This is the road, it goes down to the old harbour. Well, the new harbour. That area there is a nature reserve. Now if you go down that road to the harbour, turn left, I think it's on one of my other videos, you can come to a bird hide. Yeah, you can just see it away in the distance there. And you can see all sorts of birds. It's a nature reserve basically for water based birds. It's actually brilliant. It's well used. But look at that view. And Morag and I is going to move back to the car. Well, we'll make a wee a wee detour first. But we'll get ourselves back to the car. When Morag's finished having a wee nose at every blinking thing she sees. Don't you, hen? Good girl. Right, come on, back. Hey. Good girl. Okay, rest. We'll now go. Well, we will now go out to the Martyrs Stake itself. Right. Oh, ho, ho. Right, Morag. leaf. This marks the traditional site of the martyrdom. What was this actually all about? What happened here? Well, on the morning of 11th May 1685, two women were martyred here. At this time, this whole area was tidal. The sea came in twice a day. These two women were tied to two separate stakes, and as the tide came in, it drowned them. What was their crime? Aye, in these days, there was a lot of stupidness going on. Some of you know my sort of golden rule, and it's quite simple. Do your own thing, as long as it's not interfering with anybody else. And that works always. And that way we've gotten a lot better, but not in these days. The Wigtown Martyrs. Margaret Wilson should be aged about 18, I think. Margaret McLaughlin. They were Covenanters. That was a form of the Church of Scotland, and in the Church of Scotland, when the head of the Church of Scotland, as far as anybody's concerned, it's a big man upstairs, but in England it's the king, and the Roman Catholics it's the Pope. But the Stuart Kings, they decided that everybody was to swear allegiance to them as head of the church, and also they all had to use the same prayer book. Here's the thing, Church of Scotland are Calvinists, they don't have a prayer book. Oh dear. And it was just like an acceptance. It got out of hand, and between 1630 odd and 1688 was known as the killing times. 50 years of people getting killed for praying a different way, or under the name of the king. Well, these two ladies, well, there were three ladies, they had been condemned to death, but their father went to the, was it the synod? Aye, as you know, I'm reading. The Privy Council up in Edinburgh, and they got one of the girls of Margaret Wilson's younger brother, Agnes. She was only a kid, so the father paid £100 Scots, which was a hell of a lot of money in these days, and she got let off. He gave a bond saying it should behave. The mother and family, they were Episcopalians, so they were quite happy with what the king wanted. Anyway, at the same Privy Council meeting, these two ladies got, not admonished, I don't know what the phrase was, but it was obvious that they weren't to be killed. They were acquitted, sort of thing. But 11 days later, the people running this area at the time decided otherwise. Now, there's names here. Scumbags. The guy that was overall charge of this area, a Sir Robert Grayson of Lag. And if you look him up on Wikipedia, please do. He was a scumbag extraordinary all his life. And the debauch, the lot, he was not a nice person. Mind you, a lot of the landlords at the time were probably the same. But this guy was just a scumbag. And he had a, I've not got the guy's name, he had a major running this area. Whittle or something like that, something with a W. Anyway, he ignored the thing from the court saying that the women had been forgiven. Because, you know, they had been in jail for a while. And what does he do? Brings them out here and ties them to a stake. Their bodies lie up in, strangely enough, they're not in the church graveyard, they're in the graveyard up on the hill. But also beside them, there's 3 men. And they were also hung as martyrs. You know, that must have been a terrible, terrible time. I'm glad it's over. Yeah. Everybody's worshipping the same big man upstairs, yet killing each other. Stupidness, isn't it? And a lot of people should remember that in this day and age. A lot of people, and you know who I mean. Anyway, I'll take Morag back now. Oh, we're going to head back. It's been a lovely walk, an easy one. It's nice and flat. You can make it into a round walk. It'll take about an hour if you make it into a round walk. But just look at it, absolutely beautiful. So you know what I'm going to do now? I've got a flask in the car, so it's ding, coffee. I'll see you in the next wander. Morag's away trying to make friends.